Brookie here. It's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
2020. Ayo. Like 3 or 4 in. So far going well.
Honestly,
going fantastic.
It is. And I'm going to tell you, yesterday we had Allie on with us. And Jack's in with us again today, but I took his squeaker away.
Good.
So he's in here. So there may be some in the microphone.
And that's not just us because we have like a stuffed up nose or something.
He's mouth breathing on me. He's trying to get my attention right now. So anyway, so Jack is back in the studio.
It's like he sits and chills all day. Except earlier when he just walked into my office. I wasn't in my office. Walked in my office. I heard bang, bang, slam. I'm like, what? I looked out and I see Jack just carrying my mouse pad away. And I heard my mouse hit the ground. Like, it's swishy.
Like, why? Why the mouse pad?
Of everything. I mean, it probably smells like food, probably, because I eat stuff. I don't know.
I'm not sure. Careful.
But for the most part, he's fine. He's doing great.
Yeah. So anyway,
just licking stuff. Just typical. Just come into Parkville Media and just lick stuff.
Just licking everything. Yeah. So just be forewarned, don't lick anything in here. The dog's already licked it.
Actually, and that's the name of our podcast. Don't lick anything in here. Okay, I love that.
Oh my gosh! Speaking, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we've got over the longer, sporadic days of in and out, people working, not working, taking time off.
Yeah.
A ton of text messages that we need to get to from 10 different topics from the last 10 episodes.
Do you want to go ahead and do that?
Sure, we can do that.
I have a rant saved up for you in just a second, and we're also going to talk about the Pope.
Okay. Wow, it's a nice little diverse
so
podcast
Jack, a
episode.
rant and the Pope.
Sounds great. If we didn't already say don't lick anything in here, that'd be the name of the podcast. Okay, this is from Laura. Says, Happy New Year. I've been a Christian for 25 years and I don't have a ram's horn. We were talking about that a couple episodes ago. What's up with that? I don't have no idea.
You haven't earned it yet,
do I have
apparently.
Do I have to go yell at witches to get one? Inquiring minds want to know.
Got to protest? That's exactly what you got to do.
Protest. I think if you're going to yell at witches, I think a ram's horn is always...
It's intimidating.
It's very medieval and it's intimidating. If you do anything through a ram's horn, I'm going to start barking at my kids through a ram's horn. They'll think I'm nuts and they'll just start doing everything I say.
Very good.
Happy New Year. This is from Janice. She says, just happened to hit half speed on today's episode. That was episode 318. At 3 minutes and 5 seconds in, I realized it's always fun, but this episode of weird 2019 stories we did made it particularly entertaining. Highly recommend for a New Year giggle. I still forget about our half speed podcast. That's always fun.
Always fun. And the weird stories from Texas, heard from Fred on that too. And we just decided it's time for Florida Man to take a seat for a second. Let Texas have the sunshine.
Yeah.
Florida Man always gets the headlines when it comes to weird stories.
Yeah.
And Texas had their fair share. And it was just time to...
It was nice.
Give them center stage.
It was nice. Mm-hmm. And this, we'll read just one of these, but there's a theme, and I think it was on Facebook too. Apparently I screwed something up. This is from Nancy.
Okay.
And she said this is from Nancy, but she didn't correct me on this one, but I will just go ahead and just by default reference the fact that a lot of people called me out for calling what we got for Christmas, my favorite present ever, an Instapot, calling it an Instapot because it's technically an Instant Pot.
And you wrote Instapot.
And it's called, but it like online, you find Instapot everywhere. It's technically an Instant Pot. It even says on the box, Instant Pot.
It's one of those words that people, it's like regardless, irregardless, and eventually it just is accepted because you just can't fight it down. But it drives people crazy that know better. And so she's one, and I'm afraid that she's probably in the minority, and she's going to end up losing the battle. Well, but she's got the hill.
Nancy didn't call me out on this. She just sent me a recipe, slid into my DMs with a recipe for the Instant Pot, but numerous dozens of other people. Yeah. It's Instapot.
Please don't say Instapot.
Right.
I saw that, and I had to laugh. I just about died when I saw it because I thought that's gonna be what happens. I've heard so many people call it the Instapot.
Yeah.
That I surely didn't catch it, and I've never seen a box. Even I've never seen one, but I got a kick out of the people too that got one. And it was for a hot minute. It was fun, and it's not fun anymore. Now it's for sale. I think that was Rhiannon, and now she's got herself an indoor grill. We'll see how long I'm still
enjoying
lasts.
it. I'm still enjoying it so far.
So you're still in the honeymoon phase.
I'm still in the honeymoon phase. Yeah, we still make out daily. This is the healthy white chicken chili is something that I'm going to try. Thank you very much,
I'd go
Nancy.
straight to mashed potatoes.
I'll try that.
A couple people mentioned that it's a game changer for mashed potatoes.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's a game changer for a lot of stuff. It's awesome, and I'm going to start calling it an Instant Pot. Beth and I had to Google it, and then she goes, just go look at the box. And the box was in the kitchen, and sure enough, it says Instant Pot.
You're trying to get all fancy.
You know what? Not Snapchat, but Pinterest.
Yeah.
Google it. It says Instapot. Instapot. So all the ladies
Well,
on
it is Pinterest.
right. Well, I'm fine with that. So anyway, that is. And one more thing too. A quick little text here from. This is from Kristen. This is our phone number, by the way. Is 402-403-9478. Kristen said, a little Toon Blast update. Congratulations, finally hit level 1,000. She said.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this was on right before New Year's.
I hit 150 yesterday. I just got past 150. So I get it, but I'm still like fifth from the bottom.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Surround yourself with good people. Who cares?
I'm still struggling, but I'm getting there, and a lot of the others are really making some advancements, and we're still winning tournaments.
Yeah.
So I played around for a little while. All was good. All right, so you got those. Let's see.
So yeah, we got more in the coming episodes.
ahead.
There's a ton coming up. So we'll save them for that because there's a million. We would like to thank Kugler Vision for their support of our podcast.
It's the year of Kugler Vision.
It's the year they've been waiting for since Dr. Kugler was a baby Kugler. I can't wait for 2020, Mom. He's looking up at her.
I'm going to be an eye doctor.
Yes.
2020 is going to be my year.
It's perfect.
This is going to be the best one. And it could be your year too. Now, Pat and I have both had the procedure done on our eyes and had our vision corrected. My goodness. The one thing I always say, the only regret I had is I didn't do it sooner. And if you have any trepidation, if you're fearful, trust me, a lot of people have already told us about this, that they were fearful. They trusted us to go ahead and make that consultation appointment so you can go in and meet the whole gang. And then you all of a sudden feel that security. It just all of a sudden takes the fear away.
That's right. And also, you don't have to just trust us. I mean, 3 years in a row, they've been voted best of Omaha. So a lot of people in the Omaha area and the region trust Kugler Vision.
Not just a lot. We can actually put a number to it to a degree. They have over 600 happy patient reviews. And so, the 3 years in a row, and I think they're doing pretty well. So this could be the year.
When you make your consultation, you need to let them know that the Pat and JT podcast is where you heard about Kugler Vision, and that's who sent you to go see them.
That's really important. I mean, we want them to know that our supporters are supporting them.
Go to their website. It's kuglervision.com.
So I want to hear your rant.
You want to hear my rant? Okay, so here's the deal. The other day I saw this on Nextdoor, and it reminded me of something that is kind of one of those, I can't call it a pet peeve because it's not something that happens a lot. It doesn't affect anybody else really unless you're in exactly the same situation I'm in. I live on a cul-de-sac. We know that. That's been established. Behind me is another road. Not all some cul-de-sacs, your backyard still bumps up to somebody else's backyard.
Right.
But the way mine is situated, there's a road behind me. There's this cul-de-sac. So I have a sidewalk going by my backyard.
Oh, that is a very unique situation.
Right?
Yeah.
And people walk it's a main thoroughfare, and people walk their dogs. Not like a thoroughfare, but it's a main road through the neighborhood. So a lot of people walking their dogs, and that's fine. I work really hard with Jack about being polite, and I get it though when he barks, and I hear him barking sometimes, and I'll go out and, give him the 1-2, the shaking the finger, right? Get back in here, and he'll come back in like, I'm sorry, okay, whatever. But then I noticed something. There are a couple of people, and somebody had mentioned on Facebook talking, or on Nextdoor, talking about people walking their dogs and letting their dog poop in other dogs' or other people's yards.
I've always hated that. So disgusting. So disrespectful.
It really is.
So disrespectful.
It's almost intentional. Because seriously, they had no intention of picking it up.
Especially,
obviously.
Right. Obviously, if they went out, it wasn't like it was, he may be poop. Let's prepare. They didn't prepare nothing.
They had nothing prepared.
So disrespectful.
Right? And anyway, it's the people who, they walk by my backyard with their dog, and they'll let their dog come right up to my fence. Let me say it, Jack's fence, come right up to his fence and nose around. So they're literally on my property, and they're nosing around at his fence, which drives him crazy. And then sometimes they pee on the fence.
Oh yeah,
You can't pee on Jack's fence. That is so rude.
We have 19 titles for this podcast.
You can't. It's just rude. I mean, and I know it's probably not rude people. They just didn't realize what they were causing, the trouble they're causing.
Yeah.
But when they walk by, and then there's one guy, awesome older dog, big old floofer, just boom, and he's on this 20-foot lead, and the dog just kind of walks along, lumbers along, and so does his owner. It's just kind of like they go, but God
like owner,
God bless
like
them.
puppy.
They're going for a walk, so
Right.
good for them. But this lead that he's on, he can be 2 yards over, and the guy's still on the sidewalk, and so
Right.
so his dog noses the entire length of the fence or the width of my property, takes his time smelling everything, and drives Jack bananas.
And the owner knows that. Here's the dog. It's
And then it's my fault because my dog's reactive. My dog's barking.
in
It's
his
like,
own
God.
backyard.
his dog, God, the dog's just barking like crazy. And so I want to bring him in before somebody has a fit or calls the Humane Society and says there's a dog outside for hours or whatever. They did that to another neighbor too.
They do that. People exaggerate and it's stuff not true. It's
Yes.
stupid. And he's in his own backyard, minding his own business.
So you come up and be on his fence.
What do you expect?
yeah.
Because that's in Dogland, that's an aggressive move.
It is.
Another dog coming
Marking.
into your territory, marking over your marking.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's very aggressive, and those dog owners should know that.
Exactly. And I think they just don't think about it when you're walking by because there aren't many backyards that you walk by on that stretch.
Yeah, probably, I suppose.
And it's irregular. It is irregular, I'll give you that.
But
anyway.
I think that even people walking their dogs through neighborhoods and just letting their dogs meander through the front yards and just peeing and squatting and even peeing, it just seems like it's just not right to me. You know, the park is one thing, but to let a dog go up and sniff stuff in somebody else's yard, it's just like, it just seems weird.
Funny is that, and I don't know how she accomplished it, but I know Julie, who worked with Jack, Good Decisions Dog Training in Ashland, and she mentioned something in passing, and I need to dig into this a little bit. But when we go out for walks, I always take bags with me, but he is not expected to do his business when we go for a walk.
But you're prepared if he does.
I'm prepared if he does. He does his business in the backyard, in his yard. But when we go for walks, he doesn't even offer to pee on something, let alone take a squat. I mean, not even happening. It never even occurs to him.
And
we're out working.
And most dog owners, don't they? That's like, let's take him for a walk. He's got to poop. Like it gets it going.
Instead of going out in the backyard and playing with them, and doing some stuff, and that's their area to do it. And I don't know how she accomplished it. I have no idea. But she says when we're on leash and we go for a walk, we're working. And he's totally like right there. When we're going for a walk. He doesn't even think about stuff. He might sniff a lot of stuff.
Well,
but he doesn't pee on anything. I'm just telling you right there. So there's my rant.
Okay, no, that's a good. That is a good rant. Some dog owners are very arrogant sometimes, and they're walking their dog so a dog can do whatever they want. And I'm more so than 10 years ago, I'm seeing people walking through neighborhoods and picking up poop.
Yeah.
They'll have a bag or they'll just take it. They used to not doing it at all.
I know.
Like at all. So the little laws that they have help.
No time to do it if you are doing it. But I always do have a bag with me, but I've never had to use it for him. So, but I appreciate if you do pick up. But
I would love you see you pick up that log.
Oh my God.
8-pound bass that you're picking up.
When he was a puppy, it was one
huge.
thing, but now it's just like, I want to applaud sometimes after I'm watching him in the yard, hoping he goes poop because I want to bring him in. I'm like, wow, look at that. I had a dog that size once.
Yeah, like legit.
Right? Not that long ago. So anyway, so that's my little rant for the day. I just had to get that out there because I'm sure they just don't even think about it. But it probably affects 0.1% of people that actually walk by a backyard.
But there are a lot of other, like even front yards
Or
side
front yards.
yards,
You're right.
and then another dog or a dog in the window or a dog whatever.
You're right about the side yards too, because there are a couple of, if you're on a corner lot and your dog's in the backyard and you let your dog go up to their fence.
Yeah.
That to me is an invasion.
And there are a lot of sidewalks go up against side yards.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I think it is kind of
more common.
It's like a space thing.
It's like your kids. You have your kids. You don't let your kids. It's like an invasion of somebody else's space. You just know your boundaries.
Talkers.
Yes.
That's probably their dogs.
Quit close talking. Right.
Don't close talk my fence.
She's like, that Shih Tzu is a close barker. Back up, yo.
All right, so there's that.
Speaking of backup, yo, kind of segues right into the Pope.
Honestly, we haven't had a chance to address this. No. It happened a few days ago. I'm sure everybody's seen the video so far of the Pope going down the line and basically clasping some hands, mostly children, but some other people as well that were along there. And then he turned to walk away. And a woman who had been standing, she was like standing there. She was nervously standing there watching him. She did the cross on her, forehead, chest, and shoulder to shoulder as he was approaching. And he turned away right when he got to her. And so she grabbed his hand. But she kind of pulled him back over.
Like he kind of moves, like tried to pull his hand away, and she didn't let go and pulled him in. He got fired up. I don't blame him.
And he slapped her down a little bit. Just like on her hand, slapping her hand.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Okay, that's like it's the Pope or not. He's still it's a bad look. It's a total bad look.
Bad.
But like that,
he looked mad.
Imagine somebody doing that to a president or something like that with security around. If somebody jerks him in, they would have been done.
It's true, but he makes a point of making contact, of going in there. So it's kind of harder to make that draw that line, because he's already committed himself to going in and actually clasping hands with some people. I don't know. Because they showed another video of him also when people are coming up to take communion, and then they were trying to kiss the ring, so to speak, and kiss his hand, and he's pulling his hand back every time they were trying to do it. And I'm wondering if there's just like a little germophobia thing going on.
There could be that. And I think of all the people that are kissing the rings, and the people like this person, all these people kissing rings, and it's not just him worrying about germs, but him worrying about spreading everything else around everybody else.
It's true. They need to learn that Beverly Hills. Or the air kiss.
That would be great. Air kiss the Pope's ring.
Air kiss, and that's what they.
But honestly, like somebody described it on, I don't remember what what show I was watching, or maybe I was listening to like Jeff Lewis or something. I don't remember, but it was like the version.
We went from news to Jeff Lewis.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes Jeff Lewis is more credible than the news. To be honest with you. But he was talking about it was like the physical version of no means no. Like I'm pulling my hand away. Obviously, I don't want you to do what you're doing, and you grab it and you pull it in. It's like, dude.
And there should be maybe asking permission.
Yes.
Even though it's assumed to kiss the hand, there's an assumption. Maybe that's too big of an assumption. Because it's kind of like, taking Jack when I go walking like at Lowe's or something. People are always really good about asking if they can pet him instead of just going in.
And if you said no, and then they went in anyway, you'd be like, Doom, and they went in, then you'd be like, whoa, hey, hold on, back up.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I would. But that comes after they'd asked. So I don't know. I don't know if there's just assumed that they get to kiss the hand.
And why is it always women and children get everything? Like he goes in and the kids get to shake his hand, but what about us 6-year-old white men?
I
get
didn't
nothing.
see any of you in the line.
Nothing.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, we're all in the back.
I didn't see any of you in the line.
Women, kids, go. Just get up there. We're gonna be back here having a pint.
Right? There were no. Sorry, I'm sorry. You weren't even there.
Next time, you know what she needs to do? Get a ram's horn. And just scream at him right in his face.
Attention.
Yeah.
Over here.
See, that's what you got to do. Yo.
Anyway, I'm going to save it for you. Coming up tomorrow, we will have, even though it's not officially an actual Friday, but the latest Fugitive Friday will be coming your way from the Saunders County Sheriff's Department.
If there was another day in the week that had an F at the beginning, we'd say fugitive whatever, but Fridays is what it is.
It works.
So, right. It totally works.
I want to get one of those guys or gals to come on. And
one of the
find
fugitives?
No. The police officers.
How about that? Okay, speaking of fugitives, quick, not obviously Saunders County, but the video of that attempted kidnapping on the Ring camera.
Oh, I posted that.
Wow, that is unbelievable.
Right when I saw it, it did lead to his arrest.
Good.
And she was just running up to a random door. And my post, what I said is, can you imagine? Because I just recently that's what those beeps were. As a matter of fact, if there's any kind of motion in my driveway or backyard.
Probably some dog peeing on your statue.
Right?
In the front yard.
As we speak. But I get these 15, 20-second files. And that one was a little bit longer. You can set them up to a minute, or I think even longer if you want. But I don't even know if it was Ring, but I know it was a door security
whatever,
camera.
Yeah.
But anyway, you go through them, then you start, checking the files to see what was going on, and you flip through and you catch that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that they woke up. I think that's how the story went, because it was in the middle of the night, and she did ring the bell or hit the door. Well, obviously, when he hit her up against the door, that would make a noise.
That was terrifying.
Terrifying.
Well, okay, that and then a couple days ago, that kid on the front porch that was running up, it was at his own home, and the door was locked. His mom was inside, supposedly, and you could see a car on the street, and as soon as
how old of a kid?
Probably 10,
okay.
11. And he was attempting to get in the front door, and it was locked, and he hit the doorbell, and mom wasn't letting him in, and the car, you could see the brake lights come on and started backing up, and the kid started throwing rocks at the car and took off, and eventually went to a neighbor's house.
Oh my
but
God.
yeah, the police were still looking for that guy's last night person in that car. God. Scary stuff, man.
Another camera shot too that just we heard about our buddy John Carroll.
Yeah.
On New Year's Day, his office got broken into. Same guy. They're positive. It did it about 2 or 3 years ago. Crazy.
They looked a lot like him.
They have so many clues. Sarah from his office also posted that this guy was an idiot. He walked in, he's carrying a clipboard, walked into an office building, which is where John's office is upstairs, and went up to the 3rd floor and broke into their office. He left the clipboard, which had his name on it, Mike or Bill or whatever it was, his first name. And then, of course, fingerprints. So the police got that. They have almost a straight on camera shot of him. Facial recognition. I'm sure somebody will recognize
I hope
it.
so.
It's been passed around on social media, but I tell you, I'm more and more in favor of these stupid cameras than I used to be. I hate these.
Oh, you hated them, but now look
cameras.
at the good that they're doing.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
I know.
All right.
So you guys, thank you for listening to our podcast. Your texts, we'll get to them next episode as well. 402-403-9478, and it's Pat and JT. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Pat and JT Podcast. A Parkville Media Production.